What's up everyone, welcome back to my top 10 setups of the day series. Before we get started, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel to see more of these amazing setups. Today we're starting off our list with this monochrome build from Neotones. That imposing behemoth of a desk is a modified IKEA Malm desk that's been given a stylish new hutch. Although it's a little hard to see, the backing of the hutch has a cool 3D geometric texture that looks amazing when the lighting reflects off of it. On the intriguing desk they've also got a single monitor display with a very nice large curved monitor and a Razer mouse. This is definitely a great starting point for the setup, and I would love to see it with some extra decor around the desk, with maybe some better lighting solutions. Up next is this adorable setup from FbaHissel that doubles as a work from home area and a gaming station. This setup is rocking a dual monitor display with an MSI Optic MGP341 CQR ultra-wide monitor for the horizontal and an Asus VG249Q vertical monitor, with both of them using the ER Gear monitor arms. In front of these monitors, we're looking at a Logitech G915TK Lightspeed wireless keyboard and a Logitech mouse on a Furs mousepad. To the right of this gear is the OP's PC, which is actually just a pre-built NZXT BLD. For the desk, they're using what looks to be the classic IKEA Calibre desktop on a set of Alex drawers. Next up is Vegetarian's self-proclaimed new minimalist battle station. Despite clearly being a fan of Apple products, for their display they've chosen to go with a curved Samsung monitor that their MacBook Pro is connected to. Below this on the desk they've got an Apple Magic mouse and what appears to be an Apple Magic keyboard. Whilst I do like the dedication to keeping this setup as minimal as possible, I would definitely be interested in seeing it with maybe a piece of wall art and some better lighting. Our next setup comes to us from GxvSs138, and whilst it's also minimalist, it also has a very different vibe than the last setup. Keeping to the basics, they've got a single monitor setup using a HP V27i full HD monitor on an Envision PC monitor mount. Next to this is the OP's iPad and MacBook, the latter of which is connected to the monitor via the Vadia laptop dock. For peripherals, you can also make out their lead sail wireless mouse, and what appears to be a lead sail wireless keyboard, which is a brand that we've yet to feature on this channel. They've also kept their decorations to a minimum here with a simple pinhead Funko Pop, but honestly I think it works really well. This setup from I Don't Lie Much has definitely avoided the minimalist aesthetic and gone for a much comfier and cozier vibe. Starting in the centre of the photo, they're using a BenQ 1080p monitor for their display with an attached Baseus monitor lamp. Below this is their cute custom keyboard with a super comfortable and ergonomic Kensington wrist rest, a Logitech 590 mouse, and a Satechi desk mat. Over on the right of the photo you can spot their Dell XPS 15 9500 laptop in a super rustic and unique wooden laptop stand. This setup has a perfect mixture of purposeful clutter and decoration to give this build a really homey feel, and it seems like a fantastic place to relax and get some work done. We've officially hit the halfway mark on our list with this fun gaming setup from HerreraDuff. Their desk is made from the IKEA Goode desktop, mounted to some basic desk legs also from IKEA. On the desk we're looking at an Asus 32-inch TUF VG32VQ monitor on a Mozy basic monitor mount, which is a fantastic setup for The Witcher, Skyrim and any other games that you'd hope to play at this station. For those worried about the OP's audio, they've got a range of selections, including a set of Logitech G930 headphones, HyperX Cloud Lite headphones, and a Logitech Pro X Wide headset. Off to the left on a Calyx is the OP's PC, which is built nicely into that gorgeous NZXT case. I'm a big fan of this setup as it seems really cozy and relaxing, and I absolutely love their posters. Up next we've got this stunning setup from ddrew01, who's just moved this build into their very first apartment. I'm sure most of us didn't have a setup nearly this cool when we first moved out of our parents' houses. I'm a huge fan of how they've meshed the industrial aesthetic with the cyberpunk aesthetic, leading to this awesome combination of pipes and orange and pink LEDs. Although it's hard to see their actual gear, I love the way they've mounted their dual monitor display to give the illusion that it's just one large monitor. All in all, I'm a huge fan of this and I'm excited to see what updates they make to it. Up next is a build from the FbaHissel that I'm sure many of us are about to be super jealous of. First and foremost, they've got that stunning ultra-wide monitor which is a Viotech SUW49DA display, which is clearly the perfect size for checking up on your stocks. Below the monitor, you'll spot an Elgato Stream Deck, as well as what appears to be a Razer keyboard. The most important part of this build, however, is that PC on the right, which is housing an RTX 3080. This build does a fantastic job of showing off some amazing gear, while also still staying relatively compact and incredibly sleek and stylish. At our number 2 spot today, we're looking at a more of a cyberpunk inspired build, submitted by user GxvSs0991. Again, we've got another beautiful ultra-wide monitor, although this time it's the popular Samsung Odyssey G9. Below that monitor is an RK61 keyboard and a Logitech mouse, both sitting nicely on top of a Razer GxvSs extended Chroma mousepad. Whilst the setup is definitely stunning, I do think there are a couple of spots that it could be improved. Firstly, I would mount the monitor and get it off of the desk to provide some extra desk space. After that, I would possibly move the Funko Pops onto a shelf just to clear up some of the clutter, even though they do look great. For our number 1 spot today, we're kicking it back a couple of decades with this jaw-dropping build from Mr. Big Red Dog. Everything about this setup is just stunning, from the chunky keyboard and GxvSs CRT display, to the awesome under-the-desk LEDs. Whilst this setup wouldn't be able to handle basically any modern game, it's perfect for anyone who prefers retro games or just wants to get some nostalgia from their childhood favourites. And that's the end of today's list. Check out the description for a list of a lot of gear that I've mentioned in the video. If you want to see more of these incredible setups, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe with notifications on so that you don't miss the next episode. Leave a comment down below on which setup you think should have been number 1.